Hello. It feels like it has been forever since I have filmed, but it really hasn't been that long. But I have a new laptop because my work laptop died. I have a new phone because my phone died, so if the quality is better, I upgraded. Let's get started. And of course, Buster's yelling from the get-go, so. Okay, we're gonna start off with the giveaway. I'm gonna do that at the top of this video. So, I have down here, I usually show you guys what I'm doing, but I am not this time because there's just so much to do. 89 people entered for the giveaway of a chart that I have hidden from myself. My used copy of Barbara Anna Designs, All Creatures Great and Small. $89 people. I mean, I think that's a good bet. And you know what? Before I do the giveaway, I actually got that back from the framers. So we're going to pause and I'm going to go get it. I'm out of breath because it's up a flight of stairs and Emily's out of shape. So here we go. I have it on the wall behind my sewing machine. Ta-da! This is what it looks like stitched up on 36 count. And I'm sure you couldn't hear that because I was behind the frame. This is what it looks like stitched up on 36 count. I love it. I love it. I think it turned out so well. So 89 people. We are going to find a random number generator because Emily didn't plan ahead. Random number generator. Hold on, I'll pause. I lied. I said I wasn't going to show this to you guys, but I am. Okay, that number was already there. So I'm going to hit generate. Number 25. So here we are on my Excel spreadsheet. I'm going to go up, see who number 25 is. Ha! We all know this person. Look who it is. It's our very own Donna Ray. Donna Ray, you are going to have a copy of All Creatures Great and Small coming your way. So hit me up. You can reach out to me on Facebook or on here or Instagram and give me your address, lady, and I will ship that out to you. Oh, that makes me happy. I love it when things go to people that comment regularly or that I'm familiar with. I really feel like it's going to a good home. Okay, so we're going to switch back around. That's just exciting. Makes me happy. Okay, if I look tired and exhausted, it's because I am tired and exhausted. It's Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? Oh yeah, it is Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I was going to film Sunday. It didn't happen. I was going to film yesterday. It didn't happen. And today, I knew I needed to film before I really got into mania. And I was in an all-day hearing today, like literally all day. So I'm just kind of like in a zombie state. I have notes of everything I want to talk about. Okay, told you guys I got a new phone. My phone died on Friday the 13th. Isn't that right, buddy? So it died on Friday the 13th, which, I mean, means nothing to me because I'm not really superstitious. But it just means that dark 13 stitching didn't happen. Friday the 13th stitching didn't happen because I was consumed with trying to get a new phone. I know, right? Say hello. I love this kid. I love him so much. Okay, so I sold a good deal of bags in April on my group. If you are not familiar with that, I make them first and then I put them up to sell because I have so much going on with work and stitching and family, and I never want to owe someone a bag. So I always make them, first come, first serve, go up in the group. But I went on a bit of a hiatus on that after the beginning of April because I'm making a gift for someone. I don't think this person watches my channel, but I'm making my very first quilt. And on Sunday, I got my quilt top ironed and I basted it onto the backing, and then I used my machine and quilted all the layers together. So I still need to square up the edges and bind it. But, I have a quilt, kind of, sort of, almost. So you can see my backing fabric, my inside, and I can't get back far enough to show you all of it. I'm under the quilt somewhere. But that's what it looks like. I'm hoping to finish it this Sunday because the baby's due soon. I have quilt fuzz in my hair. The baby's due soon, but I have wonderful people guiding me through this, between my mom and Diana and Christine from Stitch All the Things. They've kind of been holding my hand. I thought it would be hard to stitch in the ditch, which is basically when you're quilting, putting your quilting lines down seams. But it was a whole lot easier than I thought it would be. I invested in a walking foot for my machine and, made it happen. I will say I maybe stitched in the vicinity of the ditch more than I stitched right in the ditch. But for the most part, I think I did a pretty damn good job. And a lot of the quilting lines feel pretty hidden. I'm trying to fold this, and I just need to wad it up, put it over here, and deal with it later. I'm not going to edit that out. Okay, so that was my quilt hiatus that I went on, and I'm still on because I've got to finish that. Buster's been fed. He's like his mom. He likes more food. Now I want to show you guys my progress I made on his eyes on the Sparrow. I started this last month as a reward for myself when I finished All Creatures Great and Small. I allowed myself another big start. Okay, sorry. For some reason, this linen, this 36 count, was really tight. So I actually have my needle minder and a needle in here because I sized down a needle. Or up. Anyway, oh, it's smaller. It's a smaller needle. La 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 la. La 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 la. This is on 36 count Velt by Picture This Plus. This is a fat half. It should be centered on this once I'm done. Sorry, it's wrinkly. Trying to get it. There we go. I love the weird alien cow. Tracy calls it the Chernobyl cow, and I think that that's really appropriate. I screwed up on the basket, but if you can see it, good for you. I'm not changing it. I almost changed it, but I'm not. And I got started on the deer. Excited to come back to that in the fairly near future. But it's getting put away for Mania. Well, I've been working on other things too, so it's not just for Mania. Get you back in here so I don't lose you. Talking to myself, talking to myself. Okay. Next thing, I switched over and worked on Angelica. So it was Sarah Cameron's birthday. She and I started this together in Mania of last year. Kelly at the Evergreen Needle picked hers up and worked along with us, but Sarah and I both, well, actually Sarah had already started hers because she said it was like her oldest whip. So we decided to pull it back out for her birthday. And do you know, she's the sweetest person ever because we were doing it for her birthday and she sent me a gift for her birthday. Hold, please. She sent me, well, for starters, here's my progress on it. Had a good bit done. This is on a piece of fabric from Die Stitch Love, who no longer dies. It's fabric is called Olivia. Those roses are going to be really pretty when I get those flushed out. But she sent me this needle minder, which I will let you know the significance of that in just a second. She also sent me a second needle minder and a mill hill kit because she said that she remembered me saying that I had never done one. And lots of stuff, lots of stuff. The significance of that needle minder is here. She said, we once discussed that the angel in Angelica has the face of Jane Morris, who was the wife of William Morris and the muse of Dante Gabriella Rossetti. So I thought it fitting to use some Jane Morris inspired needle minders during our sal. I love little details like that and having some history. She said, I have some too. And then, you know, lots of other stuff. Sweetest card ever. It's a William Morris card. Isn't that nice? Y'all, stitchers are the best people, hands down. Hands down, stitchers are the best people. So she sent me that gift, and we worked on that together. She worked on it for her birthday and a few days afterwards, and so did I. Showed you my quilt. I took some time out and made bags for my mania projects, which I'll get to in a second. I'm going to talk about that at the end. Yeah, I'm rearranging stuff on the spreadsheet while we're talking. Okay, we'll move to this next. Kind of what I have been doing with as many whips as I have, because I'm knocking on 40, and after I'm knocking on 40 whips, and after Mania, I think I'm going to be over 40. So I was able to finish this because I have instituted something that I'm calling focusing on finished pieces. It's how I finished Black Sky. It's how I finished this. It basically means that I'm working on whatever I want to in my rotation, but at least once a month, I'm pulling out my piece that's my focus piece, the one that I really... I love my cat. I love my cat. I'm pulling out my focus on a finished piece that I really want to see completed. So now that this is done, I need to pick a new piece to finish. Darling, you've eaten. I'll get you a snack after I'm done. I know. Okay, so I have brought it down to 4, and I can't decide. So I want you guys to help me pick. One of them is a piece that I worked on this month, and it is my Village of Hawker & Hollow piece. Everybody knows what Village of Hawker & Hollow looks like. I am on block 9 out of 12. So once I finish this block, I have 3 more across the bottom, and this will be done. So Village of Hawker & Hollow is choice number 1. Choice number 2 is Mermaid's Folly. I'll insert a picture of how far I am on that here. So that's choice number 2. Choice number 3 is going to be Big Red Ship of Life by Ink Circles. Now, for me, I call it Big Blue because it's my Big Blue Ship of Life. And I'll insert a picture of my last progress on that here. Now, I'm not as far on that, but I really want to see that complete. So that would be a lot of stitching on that piece this year. Now, choice 4 is the sal that I started with Lori of Mischievous Stitches, and that's Needles and Pins. I love that piece. I think it's gorgeous. I would really like to see a completion on that. I have a little done, but I would like to see it done. So I'll insert a picture of that here. So that's 4 choices. You guys help me pick which one is going to be my next finish. Village of Hawker & Hollow, Mermaid's Folly, Big Blue Ship of Life, or Needles and Pins. So there's that. Okay. Next up, we're going to do haul. So, are you ready for that? It's not a lot. I've had more. I got my monthly threads from Coloring Cotton, which is a subscription that I get. And you know what? Angela knocks it out of the park every month. I do the 5-pack, and I absolutely love it. Do you know who else is knocking it out of the park lately? And that is Mad for Minders. She messaged me and told me she was putting these in the shop because she knew I was going to be all over this one and this one. And then I picked up this, this, and this, and I got this little one for free. I have a t-shirt that says this. Are we not focusing? Focus. It says all of them witches. So both of these are from Rosemary's Baby. You know, I actually think this might be from Disney's Haunted Mansion, but having never been or be a Disney person, I don't know. But it's just a creepy tombstone person to me. And then this is the Handbook for the Recently Deceased. And then we have a Ouija planchette. So, loving these, knocking it out of the park. Things that I bought include... There have been people stitching this. I love how it looks stitched up, so of course I grabbed one. This is Birds of a Feather, the Sally Spencer sampler. Buster's not going to shut up for the entire duration of this video. I mean, it's just not. This one is a Plum Street sampler that I decided I had to have in my collection. In fact, I think it could be a Dark 13 or Dark October stitching piece. This is Blackbird Fractor. Shut up, Buster. If you come sit in my lap, will you be quieter? Because no one wants to listen to you the entire video. This one I bought on Stash and Loading. This is Kathy Barrick Sampler's Purity of the Heart. It looks like a reproduction sampler, but it's not. She actually said that the name that's on it is her niece that was just born. So she made a sampler. This one, I snagged this on eBay. Like didn't even hesitate. I saw that it was posted. This is the Needle Charmer by Exemplars from the Heart. Trisha at 3L Threads had shown this a while ago, and it was one of those where when she showed it, I was like, I need that, I need that. So I made a note, and it has been on my to find list ever since. And I'll read you the verse, and you'll know why I needed it. Needle small with magic power, charmer of the circling hour, may thy various uses be ever understood by me. Yes. So I got this. It looks like it's charted for HDF. So I'm not in love with the colors, so I'll probably choose my own as I go. Last but not least, where did I buy this? I think I got this on Stash and Load. Excellent friend of mine knew I had been searching for this and alerted me that it had been posted. So I ran over and snagged it. A most noble pursuit. There's a sale going on with this. I think a lot of the people actually haven't started yet. There wasn't like a designated start date. But there's a Facebook group. Sarah Shears started it. I really want to join in, but I have so much going. I want to find the perfect fabric for this, and I want to really focus once I'm ready to start it. So maybe sometime in the near future, maybe not. We'll see. That's haul. Next, I showed you guys my progress on Hawthorne Hollow. Put that over here. Next, I'll show you, because it was at the end of March was my birthday. So I've got some gifts to show you. Things that people sent me, because stitchers are the best people. What Diana gave me most recently is not something I can show because it's in the laundry. She got me the coolest t-shirt and gave it to me last Saturday. It is the Overlook Hotel, which is the hotel from The Shining, that movie. She got me a t-shirt that says the Overlook Hotel. Awesome. Love it. It's in the dirty clothes because I wore it, I'm not gonna lie, I wore it Sunday, and then when I got home from work yesterday, I put it back on again because I love it. A really, really sweet Instagrammer made note after my last video about the stickers that I had gotten, and she told me that she had this sticker and asked me if she could send it to me, and she really wanted to, and I was like, yes, thank you, that's so sweet. She sent me this, and it got a place of honor on my floss box. It's offset because I figure I'll put something else over here. And that was, I believe she goes by her name on Instagram because I see her name in front of me. Amy Brooke. So Amy, if you didn't want me to share your name, I'm really sorry. But I've made notes before that if you don't want me to share your name, tell me, because I'm going to, because I feel like people should get credit for the sweet and wonderful, kind, generous things that they do. So I get a package in the mail from Amy, and I'm covering up addresses. Well, I'll just show you the back of it. It's this beautiful envelope, which she later told me she made herself, and it arrived. Like, I don't even want to, I still have the envelope because I don't even want to throw it away. It's so pretty. And like, covering up everything. Look how pretty, like, the font and the stickers and everything is. It's so pretty. And then she obviously made the card that she sent with it. Beautiful punch corners, and she wrote stuff on the back. And then, that's not it. She gave me this chart, which I've been wanting and just hadn't pulled the trigger on. I really want to start this. This is the Moon Moth Pinkeep from Stacey Nash Primitives. And then what Amy doesn't know is I have been looking at this fabric for a long time, but haven't bought it because it's one that they like press for you, and I didn't know what it would be like. She gave me a little piece of this fabric. I am making myself a bag out of this, like ASAP. And any leftover is going into a quilt for me. I'm using every last square inch of this, Amy. It's amazeballs. Just gonna throw that word out there. Amazeballs. There's that. And then at the get together the other day, the sweet, sweet Karen Macon, who's on Instagram, and I know you guys have seen pictures of her where we go to retreats and stuff, and Karen's always there because she's Karen. She gave me a sweet card, and she gave me some freebie sheets of charts, but she knew that I wanted the pink Sparrow sampler. She got it for me. I fell in love with this after it was stitched up by Mischievous Stitches, and if you haven't seen her finish of this, go now to her channel and see it because it's amazing. She also gave me some color and cotton threads to do this with, which they are getting kitted up together pretty immediately, and I'm going to get that started. Thank you, Karen. Last thing, she didn't say it was a birthday gift, but she said she had two and she gave it to me, so I'm counting this as a birthday gift. This is from our wonderful Caroline, who you guys only know because we gather at her house once a month for the Hawk Hollow group. She gave me this Georgia's Childhood Embroidery book. There's no charts in it. It's just a book of history and samplers and some genealogy of Georgia stitchers. I've already been looking through it and looking at all the samplers, and she was like, wouldn't it be neat if you had a relative in here? And it would be, but I don't think I do. There is one woman in the back. I'm looking for it. And her name was Reynolds. And that is my maiden name. But I believe I remember she was down in the Savannah area maybe. And there are a lot of Reynoldses, and there just are. And I'm not related to all of them. My dad's family came from Europe, and then I think we're in Texas. And then the story that I heard was that my grandfather, my dad's dad, his family moved from Texas to Georgia, and he was so young when they moved. They came via wagon, and he was so tiny he fit in a shoebox for when he wasn't being held in the wagon. Fun family stories. I picked this magazine up at a stitching get-together. It wasn't a gift, but I mean, I didn't pay for it. It was a freebie table. I really liked this, and I figured that would be a really good, simple gift piece to do for someone maybe who isn't a stitcher, because it's something that would be appreciated, regardless of if you're a stitcher or not. And then Megan gave me this. She had grabbed this magazine in some haul that she was given because she said that this sampler made her think of me. And yeah, this is totally an Emily sampler. In case you guys want to know which ones these are. This is just cross stitch, February 2006. And the one with the Dutch sampler is Treasures in Needlework by Better Homes and Gardens, fall 1992. Okay. I want to show you my mania plans, kind of, sort of. I'm being really secretive about them, only because I think that would be more fun. I'm starting 5 projects for mania, 1 every Tuesday for the entire month. And I made new bags for myself for all of my projects, and I'll show you the bags. And I'll leave this one for last because that one I'm starting tonight, and I'll actually show you that one. This is my first bag. You may recognize this from the last set of bags that I sold. I kept one of the green ones for myself because I really liked it. I also sold a group of bags like this one, and I kept one for myself because I really liked it. These 2 are bags that will be up for sale as soon as I sew them. Both of these are cut out and fused and ready to go before being put up in my store, but I went ahead and sewed together 1 of each for me for mania. There's this one, which is made out of a cotton and steel fabric called SS Bluebird. It's very pretty. You may have seen the name on that tag. If you rewind, that'll be a giveaway for that one. This one is a fabric that I made Megan a birthday bag out of, and then the rest of them are cut out and ready to go for sale as soon as I get them sewn together. It just felt very fitting for the piece that's in here. And then this one, I do not have this fabric cut out for everybody. I just cut one out for me, but if there's an interest in it, I can make sure I get that together for one of my next shop releases. This fabric, I just thought this was so pretty, and it's very fitting, I felt like, for the project that's in here. Tonight, I'm going to be starting the Scarlet House's 7 Sheep sampler. I mean, doesn't it look like it just goes with this bag? I am going to be doing this on a piece of 36 count. Picture this plus murky. No, pretty dark. And I'm doing it with gassed threads. I think it's going to be awesome. And if you remember way back to when I first bought this, You remember that I said that I wanted to turn this into a sampler for me and Jim. And I want to take out these words and this part and put in some of the lyrics to Led Zeppelin's The Rain Song, because it's mine and Jim's song. Jim and I eloped. We didn't have a wedding. I had been married before. He didn't really care. So we took off to a historic, beautiful courthouse on the other side of the state. We got married there and stayed the night in a turn-of-the-century, beautifully romantic hotel that we were the only people staying at that night. So, and then the guy that was running it was like, "You guys will be fine, right? Just call me if you need me." And he went home for the night. So we were in this really creepy, wonderfully historic hotel by ourselves and kind of wandered around and explored with a flashlight on our wedding night. It was a great memory. But after we got home, Jim put The Rain Song on our record player and we danced in our living room. And that was our wedding dance, he said. He is kind of a sweetie. But because we considered that our song after that, I wanted to put the lyrics on this. This woman and man underneath this tree. Kind of a turn-of-the-century feeling piece for our turn-of-the-century feeling wedding. Because the courthouse we got married at was also an old turn-of-the-century courthouse. It was beautiful. Actually, that picture right there, that one, that is a drawing that I bought of the courthouse that we got married at. It's an old brick, beautiful courthouse with a bell tower, with stained glass windows. Yeah, I rambled on about us getting married for a while, didn't I? Okay, next thing, retreat. We're going to New Jersey in 2 weeks. So anybody that's going to New Jersey, I will see you there. Me and Jim. But he's going to be there some of the time, but most of the time he's going to be hanging out with his buddies. Yeah. Come here. Wow. Oh, I hit your head on that, didn't I? So, oh, you're fine. So, Jim is coming with me, and if any of you are going and you're not real sure about what to pack or what to bring, Jen or Felicity Stitches did a video where she basically packed a bag and showed everything that she was bringing and what was important, and it's an excellent video. But you guys may think I'm being funny, but I have one item to add, especially for those of you who are sharing a room, that I feel is a retreat necessity. Buster agrees. Bathroom spray, people. Get you one that is small enough. This one might be too big if you're flying. Buy one small enough to meet carry-on requirements, or put it in your checked bag. Love your roommate. Bring bathroom spray. This is a mask, green tea and lemongrass. I mean, Jim and I use this stuff because we respect each other. Respect your roommate. Bring some bathroom spray. Truth. I mean, when Diana and I shared a room together, we brought it because it's the right thing to do. Now that I've talked about the way that poop smells, we're going to move to the very last thing that I want to talk about, which, if you want to turn the video off now, feel free. But my videos and cross-stitching is not what I do for a living. It's not my day job. My day job, as many of you know, is social work. I work for an agency that gives back to the community that I live in. There are lots of different groups within it, and we work with families and foster children and families that need help in the community. And I did this last year, so I'm going to do it again. I'm going to put a link below where you guys can adopt ducks. We do a thing called the Duck Derby every May, and once upon a time we dumped a bunch of rubber ducks in the river, and they raced down the river, and some of the local kids pulled them out at the end with adult supervision and adult help. And the first few ducks that, you know, there were winners, and we used to give away cars and other things. Now the grand prize instead of a car is $10,000 US. Yeah, it's a lot, Buster. I do a lot with that. Yeah. There are some other prizes as well. You can check that out in the link. But to adopt one duck is $5 US. So these people pay me to do what I do, which lets me be able to have money to buy stash and put a roof over my head. And I also just love what I do. And if you've ever thought to yourself that you would like to give back to me in some way for the videos that I give to you, don't give to me. Give to these kids. Give to these families. And you can do that by, so I'll put a link below. Okay, sorry, it just flashed up a notification on my new phone. Anyway, I'll put a link below where you guys can adopt ducks. Please do. The Duck Derby is on May 12th, so you have to get everything in before then. I've asked before if it's okay if people are out of the country, and they told me yes. So let's do this, people. Let's help some kids. But feel free to go to the website, look around, see what we do, see what Duck Derby is all about. But that would be a great way to give back. Love you guys. Happy Mania. I'm going to feed Buster. Happy stitching. And as Diana says, stay weird.